Welcome to another Smart Jamb series, and today we're going to be looking at trigonometry. Now the first question says find the value of cos theta minus sin theta over cos theta if sin theta plus cos theta is equal to root 2 sin theta. Now how do we solve this? Now it's very easy. Now they said find the value of cos theta minus sin theta over cos theta given that, or if that is that. Now from here, all right, from what we are given, we have what? Sin theta, all right, plus what? Cos theta to be equal to what? Root 2 sin theta. Now what are we going to do now? Look at, let's divide through by sin theta. All right, let's divide through by sin theta. So if we divide through by sin theta, we're going to have sin theta over sin theta, all right, plus cos theta over sin theta, all right, is equal to root 2 sin theta over sin theta. So sin theta over sin theta gives us what? 1, plus cos theta over sin theta, of course, gives us what? Cot theta. Now sin theta takes away sin theta, we're going to be left with what? Root 2. All right, now take 1 to this side, it becomes what? Cot theta is equal to what? Root 2 minus 1. All right, and cot theta itself is what? 1 over what? Tan theta is equal to root 2 minus 1. All right, now watch very closely. Now tan theta, if 1 over tan theta is equal to root 2 minus 1, it means that tan theta itself is equal to 1 over root 2 minus 1. All right, so by rationalization, we're going to do something called rationalization. All right, we're going to multiply, or we're going to multiply up and down by the conjugate of the denominator. All right, now what's the conjugate of root 2 minus 1? The conjugate of root 2 minus 1 is root 2 plus 1. So it becomes what? Tan theta is equal to, all right, 1 over, so by rationalization, all right, so that's what we're doing now. It becomes 1 over root 2 minus 1 multiplied by root 2, sorry, plus 1 over root 2 plus 1. All right, so we're multiplying the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So 1 times this gives us what? So tan theta is going to be equal to, give us root 2 plus 1 over, of course these are difference of 2 squares. All right, so we're going to have what? Root 2 what? Squared minus 1 squared. All right, so this is going to give us what? Root 2 plus 1, root 2 plus 1 over what? This square takes away this square root, you have 2. 1 squared gives us 1. So 2 minus 1 gives us 1. So tan theta is equal to what? Root 2 plus 1. All right, tan theta is equal to root 2 plus 1. 2 minus 1 is what? 1. And root 2 plus 1 divided by 1 still gives us what? Root 2 plus 1. Now, we were able to get all these from what was given to us here. Now, let's go back to the question. We're asked to find the value of what? Cos theta minus sin theta over cos theta. Now, we have cos theta minus sin theta over cos theta. Now, let's divide. You know, we can divide this by cos theta and divide this by cos theta. So it becomes what? Cos theta over cos theta minus sin theta over what? Cos theta. Cos theta divided by cos theta gives us what? 1 minus sin theta over cos theta is what? Tan theta. All right, and you can see clearly that we already know tan theta from what was given to us here. So meaning that the value of cos theta minus sin theta over cos theta is this, is going to be 1 minus, what is your tan theta? Root 2 plus 1. So it's going to be into bracket root 2 plus 1. All right, so it's going to be 1. This minus opens, this becomes minus root 2. This minus opens, it becomes minus 1. Now 1 minus 1 is 0, so we're going to be left with minus root 2. All right, so the value of cos theta minus sin theta over cos theta is going to be what? Minus root 2. All right, so the value of this is what? Minus root 2. I hope you understand this. Now let's go to solving the next question. All right, now let's solve the next question. The next question says what? Simplify cos 60 plus sin 30 into bracket 1 plus cos 45 into bracket 1 minus sin 45. Now how do we do this? Now let's go straight to doing that. Now cos 60, all right, cos 60 degree is 1 over 2. Now, sine 30 degree is also 1 over 2. All right. And cos 45 degree is root 2 over 2. Sine 45 degree is also what? Root 2 over 2. All right. So what are we going to have? It becomes what? That we have cos 60 plus sine 30. So it becomes what? 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 over. Now, we have into bracket what? 1 plus what? Root 2 over 2. Close the bracket, multiply by another bracket. What? 1 minus root 2 over 2. All right? That's what we have. So this becomes what? Now, half plus half gives us what? 1 over. Now, of course, these are difference of two squares. So you have what? 1 squared minus root 2 over 2 all squared. So this is going to be equal to 1 over. Now, you need to know all these tricks for difference of two squares, all right? So that you can solve very fast and get your answer, all right? So now, 1 squared gives us 1 minus, the square takes away the square root from here. You have 2 over 2 squared down here gives us what? 4, all right? So this is going to be equal to what? 1 over, now, 2 over 4 can be reduced to the lowest term as 1 over 2. So this becomes 1 minus 1 over 2. All right, let's continue. So this becomes 1 over 1 minus half gives us half. So that will be 1 over 1 over 2. Now, the inverse of 1 over 2, which is 1 over 1 over 2, is going to give us what? 2. All right. So our answer is what? 2. So the correct option here is option C, which is what? 2. Now let's go to solving the next question. Now the next question says, if cos alpha plus beta is equal to 0, which of the following is equivalent to sine alpha minus beta? Now this question is a very technical question. Now how do we solve this? Cos alpha plus beta is equal to 0. Now you have to take note that you have cos alpha plus beta is equal to 0. So it means that I can say alpha plus beta is going to be equal to the cos inverse of 0. So alpha plus beta is going to be equal to, now cos inverse of 0 is 90 degree, because cos 90 is going to give you 0. All right. So we have alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree, and we have to find what? Sine alpha minus beta. Now make alpha the sort of formula here, becomes 90 minus beta. All right. So we have to find the value of what? Sine alpha minus beta. All right. Now anywhere I see alpha, I can replace it with what? 90 minus beta. So it becomes what? Sine into bracket what? 90 minus beta minus the beta that was there before. All right. So it becomes sine into bracket 90 minus 2 beta. All right. Because beta minus beta gives us minus 2 beta. All right. Now we have this now, but we are not done with the question. Now what we have right there is not correlating with any of these options. But I want us to recall that sine 90 minus A is equal to cos A. All right. Sine 90 minus A is equal to what? Cos A. So meaning that I can say that what? If I have sine 90 minus 2 beta, this is also equivalent to saying cos what? 2 beta. All right. So this is going to be our answer, which is option what? Option D. All right. So our answer is what? Cos 2 beta. Now let's move on to solving the next question. Now the next question says, find the value of sine squared 4x minus cos squared 4x if x is equal to pi over 6 rad. Now we are given our angle in radians, all right, and we're asked to find the value of this. So we're asked to find the value of what? Sine squared 4x minus cos squared 4x. Now I want us to remember this trigonometric identity, that sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1. So it means that sine squared x is equal to 1 minus cos squared x. All right. So having known this, I can replace sine squared 4x with what? 1 minus cos squared 4x, because it works for everything. It doesn't matter whether there's a 4, there's a 3, as far as it's sine squared and cos squared. So what I'm trying to say is that I can now say, as much as I'm saying this, I can say sine squared 4x is equal to 1 minus cos squared 4x. All right? So what is that going to be? That is going to be what? That I can replace sine squared 4x with what? 1 minus cos squared 4x. So it becomes what? 1 minus cos squared 4x minus cos squared 4x. All right? Now, it's going to be 1 minus cos squared. Now, minus cos squared 4x minus cos squared 4 is going to give us minus 2 cos squared 4x. All right? Minus cos squared 4x minus cos squared 4x is going to give us minus 2 cos squared 4x. All right? Now, we are told that x is equal to what? Pi over 6 what? Rad. All right? So that's going to be what? We're going to put this here. It's going to be what? 1 minus what? Now, we're going to have it that sine squared 4x minus cos squared 4x is equal to what? 1 minus 2 cos squared 4x. So it's going to be that 1 minus 2 cos squared 4 is going to be 1 minus 2 multiplied by what? Cos squared what? 4x. Now that's going to be 4 times, what is our x? Pi over 6. All right? Pi over 6. All right? So that's going to be equal to what? 1 minus 2 into bracket. Now 2 goes here 2, 2 goes here 3. So we're going to be left with cos squared what? 2 pi over 3. All right? Now, I want you to know that in radians, pi is 180 degree. All right? In radians, pi is 180 degree. All right? But we have 2 pi over 3. So it's going to be 2 times 180 over 3. All right? Which is going to give us what? 120 what? Degree. Because 3 in 18 gives us what? 6. Which is 60. 60 times 2 gives us 120 degree. All right? So we have 120 degree. And I want you to know that if I say, meaning that I'm trying to say this is cos square 120 degree. So this is what? Equal to 1 minus 2 into brackets cos squared 120 degree. Now, cos square 120 degree is the same thing as saying cos 120 degree multiplied by another cos 120 degree. Meaning I can write cos square 120 degree as what? Cos 120 degree all squared. All right? Take note of that. So this becomes what? 1 minus 2 into brackets cos 120 degree all squared. All right? And then this becomes what? 1 minus 2 into bracket. Now, what is cos 120 degree? Cos 120 degree is minus 1 over 2. So that's going to be minus 1 over 2 all squared. So that's going to be equal to what? 1 minus 2 into bracket. Now, minus 1 over 2 all squared is minus 1 over 2 times another minus 1 over 2. Now, minus 1 over 2 times minus 1 over 2 is going to give us what? Plus 1 over 4. So this becomes what? 1 over 4. And then we have that 2 can go here 1, 2 can go here 2. So we're left with what? 1 minus 1 over 2. And 1 minus half is going to give us what? Half, which is 1 over 2. All right? So meaning that our final answer is what? 1 over 2, which is option what? Option C. So given that what? That x is equal to pi over 6 rad in radians, sine square 4x minus cos square 4x is going to be equal to what? 1 over 2. All right? It's going to be equal to 1 over 2. Now let's move on to solving the next question. Now the next question says, if cos theta is equal to t, find cos theta with 0 degree is less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to 90 degree. Now how do we solve this question? You have to remember a very popular trigonometric identity, which we abbreviate as SOHCAHTOA. All right? Now, so means what? Sine theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. And then we have CA, which is cos theta, to be equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And then we have tan theta, which is TOA, to the opposite over adjacent. All right, opposite over adjacent. That's so katwa. Now we are dealing with cos in this case, and this is cos theta is equal to t. Now mind you, I could also write cos theta is equal to t as cos theta is equal to t over 1. Now t divided by 1 still gives me t. But I'm trying to brand this so that I can be able to solve this question. All right? So t over 1 is still t. Why am I doing this? So that I can now say, since cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, t is my adjacent, and then 1 is my hypotenuse. Because if I just have only t, I'll just have the adjacent. But once I put t over 1, I now have an hypotenuse. Do you see it now? Now, we are asked to find what? Cot theta. But before we can find cot theta, don't forget that this deals with a right angle triangle. And a right angle triangle has the hypotenuse, the adjacent, and the opposite. Alright? So if this is a right angle triangle, alright, the angle theta and 90 degrees, we know that the longest side is the hypotenuse, this side is the adjacent, and the side where the angle faces is the opposite. Alright? Now, it means that we have the adjacent, we have the hypotenuse, we have to find the opposite. Alright? We have to find the opposite. Now, how can we find the opposite? We can find the opposite using what? Pythagoras theorem. Alright? So using Pythagoras theorem, what's Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem says that the hypotenuse squared of a right angle triangle is equal to the opposite squared plus the adjacent squared. Alright? Now, let's continue. Now, we are looking for what? The opposite. So, the hypotenuse we have already as what? 1. That's going to be 1 squared is equal to the opposite we don't have, which is O squared, plus the adjacent we have as what? T squared. Alright? Now, let's continue. So, now, let's make O squared the subject of formula. O squared is going to be equal to, of course, 1 squared gives us 1. So, it's going to be 1. Now, take this to this side, I have minus T squared. Alright? Now, we're not looking for the opposite squared. We are looking for the opposite. So, we have to take the square root of both sides. So, we take the square root of both sides. Alright? We take the square root of both sides. And then, square will cancel square root. So, we have the opposite to be equal to square root of 1 minus T squared. Alright? Now, we have our opposite. We have our adjacent, and we have our hypotenuse. Now we can find any other trigonometric identity. Alright? Now we're asked to find what? We're asked to find what? Cot theta. But I want us to know that cot theta is actually what? 1 over tan theta. Alright? And what is tan theta? Tan theta is opposite over adjacent. So cot theta is going to be equal to 1 over tan theta is what? Opposite over adjacent. Now, what is our opposite? Our opposite is what? Root 1 minus t squared over. Now, what is our adjacent? Our adjacent is what? Our adjacent is t. Now, the inverse of root 1 minus t squared over t is going to be equal to what? That means cot theta is going to, when you see 1 over a fraction, it means find the inverse. Just inverse it. So it becomes what? T over square root of what? 1 minus t squared. Alright? So this is going to be what? Our final answer. So cot theta is what? T over square root of 1 minus t squared, which is option what? That is option C. Alright? So option C gives us our correct answer. Now let's move further to solving the next question. This question says, determine the value of alpha if sine alpha is equal to cos 35 degrees. Now, how do we solve this question? Now, you have to recall that what? You have to recall that sine A is the same thing as cos 90 minus A. Alright? They are both complementary. Alright? They're called complementary angles. So, meaning that I can say that since sine A is equal to cos 90 minus A, I can say that sine alpha is equal to what? Cos 90 minus alpha. So meaning I can replace sine alpha with cos 90 minus alpha. So meaning that sine alpha, which is equal to cos 35 degree, which I was given, can become, I can replace sine alpha now with what? Cos 90 minus alpha is equal to cos 35. Now, cos and cos are on the same side. They could cancel each other. So you have 90 minus alpha is equal to what? 35. And then make alpha the subject of formula. We're going to have alpha to be equal to 90 minus 35. All right? Now, 90 minus 35 is going to give us what? 55. So alpha is equal to 55 degree. All right? So the value of alpha is equal to what? 55 degree. That makes option B correct. So make sure you like this video, share this video, and hit the subscribe button. And after you hit the subscribe button, also hit the notification button. So when I upload more videos like this, you get notified.